We've all heard of more money, more problems, but in my case, it's more screens, more problems. When starting my journey 1 year ago to live a more digitally minimalistic life, one of the issues I came up with was how do I stop using my smartphone so much? One of my solutions was to break up how I use different apps and services across multiple devices. In short, it means taking off the apps on my phone and putting them on another device such as a laptop or a tablet. Now, doing this has helped my brain especially understand that there's a device for each use case. I use entertainment on a tablet, and I use productivity or editing software, of course, on my computer. When it comes to using multiple devices, I can find that I spend a lot less time on my smartphone, but my time can go up on other devices, and sometimes it's hard to keep track of that time. I have used built-in applications such as digital well-being, but I find that when I'm testing older devices that are running different operating systems, this can be an issue. I have to go into each specific application, kind of guesstimate the time I spent on one app or in one website, and honestly, I don't have time to sit there and track all day every day. So I searched high and low to kind of find an application that will work on my computer, my phone, and my tablet. So recently I've been testing StayFree. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is just the app that happened to work for me. And I'm finding that it's working quite well. Now, there are a lot of different features within this application that you can find on other default apps on your devices, but I found that this app worked best for me because it works across so many different platforms. First, I started using it on my laptop. I wanted to see how it integrated with my browser, and you can even add an extension within Google Chrome to keep track of which websites you're spending the most time on. This helped me really break down where my time is going and be more accountable. Next, I installed the application on my smartphone. First, I did it on my Google Pixel 8, which is my work phone, and then I've been testing different smartphones as well. Recently, I've been using the BlackBerry KeyOne, and the application is available on Android 8.1. So I installed it on my BlackBerry as well as my Google Pixel 8, and lastly, I added it to my tablet, which is a Lenovo M9. With this application, you can link all of your devices, and you can see the time you spend on a course of each app. What I do like is that you can put time restrictions on each application. I don't use any social media, but I do use YouTube and Reddit. I have to limit how much time I spend on these apps and even certain features in the app itself. For example, I turn off the ability to access YouTube Shorts because I'm somebody who can spend days in Shorts if you let me. So I turn this feature off, and I limit the time I can watch long-form videos to about 2 hours a day max. I do use YouTube a lot for research, and I do use it as my primary entertainment source as well because I don't really watch TV or any streaming services. Now, I limit Reddit a little bit further because I don't want to develop a habit of doom scrolling, which I haven't done with this app yet, but I know it's possible knowing myself. So I usually limit Reddit to 30 minutes a day max, and that's it. I can also monitor my usage for other applications that I could tend to lose time in, maybe emails or something like this. And I can even activate the feature of when I open the app, I can decide how much time I want to spend in that app at that specific moment. Now, I do get notifications via this app each day about how much time I spend overall on all my devices, as well as warnings when I'm spending too much time in certain devices. I find this is ironic because a lot of applications to get you back in the app will send you a notification, but I find that the StayFree app notification kind of triggers my brain to knowing what the application is, so that dopamine hit, but seeing the notification telling me that I've spent way too much time on an app kind of breaks the cycle and I get out of the app a lot faster. So I think the way that they've developed the app, for me at least with these specific notifications, seems to be breaking my cycles a lot more, especially when I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos simultaneously. Now, if the notifications bother you, of course, you can turn them off, you can modify them. The app is very customizable in that way, And same for viewing the analytics on the dashboard. I like that you can view across all devices or you can focus on one specific device. So if I notice that I'm spending a lot more time on my smartphone, for example, I can focus just on my usage for that device or my laptop or my tablet. Or if I feel like in general, I don't understand where I'm losing all of my time in the day, again, I look at all of my device usage. Seeing the breakdown of the different apps, sometimes I can see that I spent 3 hours on my smartphone, but when I look down there, I see that I've only spent most of my time on communication apps, making calls on WhatsApp or Messenger, for example, and I don't really count this as wasting my time doom scrolling. I've been using this app for about a month, and I'm finding benefits all the time with using it, and I really like how customizable it is and that I'm not limited to one specific ecosystem or operating system. Again, this is not sponsored. I just really like how the app is working for me. Is the app perfect? No, there are some glitches and bugs, and I find that sometimes time is not registered or the blocking feature isn't working across all of my devices simultaneously. But since I have the experience of living a digitally minimalistic life for the past year, I can kind of use this as a tool to monitor my usage and not completely restrict me. I don't think this app would work for me when I first started my digital minimalism journey because I was hardcore addicted. I would go around any bypass and view anything that I wanted to view, no matter which blocks I put on it. This app works for somebody who has the awareness and kind of the tools to step back and say, whoa, I'm spending too much time. This notification again is reminding me that I'm spending too much time and I can take a step back. I'm sure there are hundreds of different apps for monitoring your usage. This is just one example of one app that seems to be working for me for the moment. Do you have any apps or tips? Let me know down below and I would be happy to check them out. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.